Hi, I'm Todd Miller. I've been blessed over the years to have been able to spend a great deal of time in the residential metal roofing industry. In fact, I've been involved in the industry on the manufacturing end for over 30 years at this point. Because I love sharing information and I love sharing what I've been blessed to learn over the years, I have an educational website at asktoddmiller.com. That's AskToddMiller.com, where I have all kinds of information about residential metal roofing. I have articles, I have questions I've answered for others. I've got podcasts, a lot of great information there where you can learn about metal roofing for your home. However, I want to start this series of videos, and these are going to be quick and informal. If you go to our company's main website, you can see we can do all kinds of fancy videos with utilizing great lighting and green screens and audio equipment and the great input of our resident creative genius, who's not me. But I really just want to make these short and simple, and I'm going to put together this series of videos on how to choose a roof for your home. Now, because my background is metal roofing, I'm going to talk a lot about metal, but I will also be talking about other materials as well and trying to provide good, useful information. In this first video, I want to talk about setting your criteria for a roof. No one likes to have to go out and buy a new roof for their house. It's not something that any of us look forward to having to do. But the reality is, every year here in the United States, about 5 or 6% of us have to replace our roofs. Whether that's because the roofs are simply worn out or whether because they were storm damaged, the fact is every year between 5, 6, maybe even as many as 7% of all American homeowners have to replace their roofs. So it's a lot of us having to face this every year. One of the important things, though, is when you're thinking about a new roof for your home, think real hard about what you want to accomplish with your new roof. The fact is, the roofing industry is pretty ingrained, whether that's manufacturers, whether it's contractors, whether it's distributors. The roofing industry is pretty ingrained to providing the same old stuff to most homeowners year after year after year. And think about it. The average roof gets replaced every 16 or 17 years. Manufacturers, they kind of like that. There's not a lot of desire to put products out there that are going to last longer and not have to be replaced as often, because roof replacement, frankly, for most of the roofing industry is a stream of recurring income, and everyone likes that. So there's not a lot of impetus out there for folks to really push you toward longer-term roofing choices. But as you think about a new roof for your home, give some thought to what your criteria are. You know, if you've been frustrated because your last roof didn't last long enough, then maybe one of your criteria is to find a roof that truly is going to last longer. If you're in an area that is prone to severe weather, whether that's windstorms, whether it's firestorms, whether it's hailstorms, whether it's just ice and cold and extreme temperatures. If you're in an area that's prone to those weather extremes, you may want to seek out a product that is going to be more resistant to whatever that predominant weather extreme is that affects your area. On the other hand, if you look around at all the houses in your neighborhood and you see black streaks, you know, that's actually algae growing on the roofs, but you see these black streaks and stains on the roofs, and you say, gee whiz, if my roof didn't have those, my house would really stand out, and if my house stood out, it would have more value. And in today's day and age, we're all thinking about, you know, how do we regain some of that value that we've lost in our homes the last few years. So if you're looking around and seeing everybody else has roofs that are streaked and stained, you know, one of your criteria may very well be, hey, I want to have a roof that isn't going to streak and stain, that's going to keep looking nice and increase the value of my home. On the other hand, if you're in an area that's very, very hot and hot temperatures and you've got high air conditioning costs, every year you poke your head up in your attic in the summer and you realize how beastly hot it is up there, you may be thinking about, okay, how can I put on a roof system that's going to keep my attic cooler? On the other hand, the same thing exists in some of the northern climates where folks deal with ventilation issues. Maybe they get condensation in their attics. Maybe they have problems with ice damming in the winter, which really ice damming is related to ventilation problems in most cases. And so folks in those areas may look and say, you know, one of my criteria for my new roof is going to be to have a roof that's going to resist ice damming, and a roof maybe that has some ventilation features that are going to help make my attic healthier, avoid moisture condensation, and in the process, a well-ventilated attic also helps with energy efficiency. So in this first clip, that's really my encouragement. When you think about getting a new roof for your house, don't just immediately go out and start contacting your roofing guy and saying, hey, I need a new roof, because the industry is pretty ingrained. You're going to get the same old if you do that. You're not going to get something different, and you're going to find yourself in a few years right back in the situation that you're in today. So when you're thinking about a roof, think about your criteria. Think about what's frustrated you with the roof that you have now, and think about what you would really like to gain or achieve with a new roof for your home. Now, I also invite you, visit my website, asktoddmiller.com. You can also visit our company's corporate website if you'd like to see more information on the metal roofing products that we manufacture. Our corporate website is at isaiahindustries.com. I'll spell that because it's not easy. It's ISAIAH Industries, INDUSTRIES, isaiahindustries.com. And out of our corporate website, you can link to all of our various division websites and see the metal roofing that we produce. But again, I invite you, come to asktoddmiller.com, read what I got there, listen to the podcast, ask your own questions. I am happy to help, and that's what I want to do. Thanks so much.